traded again into the high up to the 10 and still get more draft capital than anything. You got an opportunity as a Giant fan to have so much first-round draft picks this year alone that it's funny. It's just funny how this draft could be if you're the number one pick and you don't need a quarterback.
Yeah, it would be. I mean, Jose, now potentially that could transpire. Like, where's the line of demarcation? Where's the drop off? Where's the caliber of player? Is there a drop off after 5 or 6? But where does your grading system put the player? Because like last year, there was a drop off probably after 3, maybe 4 players, and then kind of the caliber of player 5 through 15. We're kind of the same grade, and then, so you have to make that determination. Every organization grades them out a little bit differently, but you've got to make that determination as an organization. But yes, the Giants could get an embarrassment of riches, and nobody likes draft capital like the NFL fan loves draft capital, especially when your team is terrible.
What I'm saying, Moose, is like, let's say if you were to get the 2 Jets number 1 picks this year and 1 for next year, just so that you can have that pick, and let's say the Jets fall to number 3 and 4. The way they keep losing, if right now they're number 4, right? And somebody might want a defensive lineman on that number 4, and you may be, and they're like number 6 or 7,
and then you can move back again.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Your Giants can they can steal the draft by themselves and still have a whole bunch of draft picks.
And
they can have 2 number 1s this year and 1 next year.
Yeah, and Jose, you're not wrong. I mean, you could play that game. It really depends on who you target, who you're looking at, how you grade out the players. But yes, I mean, that's well within the reason. And that's why, you have a lot of Giant fans. I don't necessarily, watch, I watched a lot of the Giant games with my son Gregory at times. And he was bothered yesterday by Carter being offside, which negated the Holland play and everything like. And he's bothered by the fact that the Giants are not having. Now, he's a foxhole guy, still loves his New York Giant football, but is not rooting for the team to lose, nor is he thinking about the NFL draft or thinking about that. And I get why there are a lot of Giant fans that do and are rooting for this team to lose. We're upset. When they beat the Indianapolis Colts a couple years ago, and I get why they're going to be rooting for the Las Vegas Raiders to be victorious this upcoming Sunday, because they want to see the Giants, if you're going to go through this, at least in the end, have the number 1 overall pick, right? If you're going to go through this kind of season. Rock in Long Island's up next in the family. What's going on, Rock?
Well, Merry Christmas, you and your family.
You as well, Rock.
Let me explain something to you.
Yeah.
Number 1, I'm a Giants fan, okay? I am not worried about the draft. I expect them to go in to win every single game. Number 2, okay, for all Giant fans that are thinking that if the Giants pick 1, that they're going to trade Dart for Mendoza, okay, that is the most idiotic statement that I have ever heard. And I've heard some idiotic statements on the station. I listen to it all the time. It's my favorite station. It is not happening. It is not. Listen, the man had Denver beat. The man beat Philly. The man beat the great Chargers. We watched 2 teams on Saturday night, the Chicago Bears and the Packers. The man had both those teams beat.
Hey, Rock, I don't disagree. It's not a matter of trading. Yeah, I get the point you're making. It's not a trading Dart for Mendoza, but moving on from Dart and then drafting Mendoza. Well, that's stupid. Right, it's dumb. I agree with you.
It's
now, can I ask you, Rock,
if they get the number 1 pick, go ahead.
No, I'll let you continue. I'm not going to cut you off. But if I ask you on your list of idiotic statements that you've heard, that is at the top of your list, what would number 2 be?
Number 2 would have been probably when everybody wanted the Yankees to break the bank for Juan Soto again and just give away money when they needed so much more than Juan Soto.
I got you.
I thought that was ridiculous. I mean,
I got
the Yankees did everything they could to get Juan Soto. Okay, I was proud of how what he did, but at the end of the day, I'm more of a Giants fan than anything. Okay, and just to think that he is a kid that has never taken an NFL snap. Okay, all right, he won the Heisman. He beat the great Ohio State. Hey, listen. You got to understand something. Ron Day made some mistakes in that game. He's supposed to kick that field goal instead of going for it on 4th down. He would have tied it then. You know what I'm saying? So here's a guy that's never taken an NFL snap. We know what we have in Jackson Dart, and Giant fans want to trade Jackson Dart for Fernando Mendoza. Are they serious? Are you serious?
Yeah, well,
After
people
what
are,
we've
yeah.
seen what this kid has done this year, he had a bad game yesterday. Listen, we've gone to get Spagnuolo had a great game plan for Tom Brady. That's why we won 2 Super Bowls. Flores had a great game plan for the kid, and the kid didn't play as well as he should have. And let me ask you a question, Mark. Is Theo Johnson supposed to catch that pass?
Yes.
Is Darius Slayton supposed to catch that pass?
Yes.
Last week, is Darius Slayton supposed to catch that touchdown pass? So why are we pointing the finger at Dart?
No,
So why
Rock,
are
I'm
we
not.
here pointing the
I
finger at
Rock, I
Dart?
don't know. I mean, I agree with you. I think it's stupid. I mean, it's like we're in that Mike Judge movie. It was Mike Judge, Idiocracy, right? I mean, it's like, are we going to start watering our plants with Gatorade? I mean, like, it's just like you start like it. I don't get it. Like, I really don't. I understand it's been a long year and you need something to talk about, but like, talk about something else. I mean, that doesn't do anything for me. I mean, the idea of, we're going to move on from Dart because what, you're concerned about the style and fashion in which he plays? You're going to take away from everything else that he does, and he can go out there and acclimate and adapt and change. I mean, we all have to adapt or die at some point in time when you're looking at professionally in your careers and do something maybe a little bit different. I tell my students over at Iona, when I teach a class every fall semester out there in New Rochelle, at some point in time, you got to be comfortable with being uncomfortable in life and do things that maybe are outside of your comfort zone in order to kind of push the boundaries and be successful. All of that is true. So I think Dart's going to be an adjustment. I think it's been a little bit of a learning curve, and I'm not judging him based on his performance yesterday or the drop-off that we've seen since Daboll has been let go, because I don't necessarily think this coaching staff is going to play a role. The biggest idea now is you got to bring in a coach that's going to be, have an understanding of what this team, helping this team win and helping the quarterback develop, because I think you have found that quarterback. Now, the Giants, if they end up with a number 1 overall pick, what they want are teams to fall in love with Mendoza out of Indiana. And if they do, then you could probably name the price in terms of what you could get back in return. Let's head out to Nick in Tom's Rivers up next to the fan. What's going on, Nick?
Hey, Moose, how's it going, bud?
I'm doing well, Nick. How are you, man?
By the way, first-time caller, long-time listener. My family has always listened to all you guys on the fan. It's an honor to be on here.
Honor's mine. Thanks for making the call, Nick. What's on your mind?
So, listen, everybody's talking about how Jackson Dart is not the guy, and I've seen it on CBS Sports, and I've seen it all over social media, saying how Jackson Dart gets the blame for 10 starts and only 1 bad game. Like that one kid Rock said before. Like, are you supposed to blame Theo Johnson for that drop pass? Are you supposed to blame Darius Slayton for that drop pass? Like, and they're pointing the finger at your quarterback, your rookie quarterback, by the way, you spent the 25th overall pick on, who's been doing phenomenal for 10 starts, and he has 1 bad game, yet you point the finger. Like, it's just absolutely ridiculous how Giants fans came to all this decision-making. Like, it's just ridiculous.
Yeah, I would not look at. I was more perturbed by the game plan, Nick, and thanks a lot for the call and happy holidays. Than I was about Dart's performance. I thought, based on the respect that a lot of people have for Flores, and I chatted with Alec Lewis yesterday, who does a great job of covering the Vikings for The Athletic, and he termed the job that Flores has done as defensive coordinator this year for the Minnesota Vikings as brilliant. Like, the Vikings aren't where they are outside looking in when it comes to the postseason in the NFC because of their defense. They're on the outside looking in because of the quarterback play. And probably a little bit of non-buyer's remorse watching Sam Darnold doing what he's doing up in Seattle with the Seahawks. WFAN NFL football is powered by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store and do it today. All right, we got a live here. Thanks, Hoff. Beautiful. Operating engineers Local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. Whether it's the roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every single day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build New York and New Jersey.
It may be the off-season for the Bombers and Amazons, but there's no off-season for Yankees and Mets talk. Get the latest here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
'Tis the season to be boosted on FanDuel because this year you're getting 7 straight days of holiday rewards, each one waiting in the app for you to unwrap. Every day brings a new way to play, so keep checking in to see what drops next, and it all leads to the Christmas Day special, where you can get something extra special. 7 days of gifts, one big finale. Your holiday football just got a whole lot brighter. So head to FanDuel.com/Boomer to get in on all the holiday spirit. That's FanDuel.com/Boomer. And as we always tell you, we love the app around here. It is safe and secure, and when you win, you do get paid instantly. FanDuel, play your game. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN.
21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration. Leg requirements and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
RU fans, it's basketball season. Make sure you catch all of the Scarlet Knights hardwood action this season on WFAN. Scarlet Knights basketball is presented by RWJ Barnabas Health, the official healthcare provider of Rutgers Athletics. Let's be healthy together.
Too much on your list this season? Get 50% off your first 6 months of payroll at gusto.com/radio. Gusto saves you 2 days every month on payroll, taxes, and compliance. So you can go from making payroll to making gingerbread houses, checking your books to decking the halls, spreadsheets to snow angels. Switch before the end of the year and there's no need to transfer payroll history. Now that's a reason to be merry. Choose a future with Gusto and get more time for what matters. For a limited time, get 50% off your first 6 months at gusto.com/radio.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Think Verizon, the best 5G network, is expensive? Nada que ver. Bring in a bill from AT&T or T-Mobile to a Verizon store today and we'll give you a better deal. ¿Y ahora? ¿Qué vas a hacer with all those unwanted bills? Pues, how about a full-scale origami version of the Statue of Liberty? Fuera de broma. Bring in your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to your local Verizon store in New York City today and we'll give you a better deal for you and tu familia. Rankings based on RIT root score report dated 1H2025. Your results may vary. Requires postpaid consumer mobile bill from T-Mobile or AT&T dated within the past 45 days. Bill must be in the same name as the person redeeming the deal. Additional terms apply.
We're always talking New York sports on The Fan.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Celebrate the season at American Dream. Meet Santa, shop, play, and explore over 25 attractions, all just minutes from Manhattan. Plan your holiday at AmericanDream.com.
Some people just know you can save money on car insurance by checking Allstate first. Like you know to check the weather first, before wearing face paint to the game.
Bro, your Go Cats is dripping into your nachos.
Oh, and now paint is in my eyes.
Interception! Did you see that?
No!
Yeah, checking first is smart. So check Allstate first and see what you could save. You're in good hands with Allstate.
Potential savings vary, including based on how you buy, subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Allstate North American Insurance Company and affiliates, Northbrook, Illinois.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-941-2255. That's 800-941-2255.
Find excellence in every detail in a new Volvo from Volvo Cars Ramsey. Now find excellent offers with your first lease payment waived during the Holiday Safe Lease Sales event. Lease a new 2026 Volvo XC60 B5 Core all-wheel drive $454 per month for 36 months at Volvo Cars Ramsey, where it's all about you. Call 833-853-2975 for lease details. MSRP $52,545. Then 1286218. Loaner vehicle, 4,814 miles, $3,800 down payment, tax title registration fees extra, 0 security deposit, ends 1/2/26.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
All right, 12:25 on this Monday afternoon. Happy holidays, one and all. 888-808-1019, your number to call. It's been a lot of football. Obviously, season winding down. 2 weeks to go in the NFL regular season. Jets and Giants both suffering losses in different ways on Sunday. Giants to the Vikings, Jets down in New Orleans, and not much pushback there against the Saints. Let's head out to Flushing. It's Matt. It's the Fan. What's going on, Matt?
Hey, man. What's up? Not a whole lot lady Sunday, but I gotta talk about the Jets' new head coach and this whole search for it. If you don't like Aaron Glenn, fine, get a new guy. But the idea that you want Tomlin or Harbaugh is beyond me as a Ravens fan. I don't know. Maybe it's not following or watching the guys, but Harbaugh at least is a talent merchant who's been riding off some of the best OCs and DCs in a while. Couldn't get anything done with a top 3 defense and Lamar Jackson's quarterback. Makes baffling personnel decisions, and that's just in the last few years. You go back to the Super Bowl run in 2013, you have Ray Lewis and other players coming out talking about nearly mutinying Harbaugh. Like, there's no way that this is the guy that anyone wants after leaving, and I think if he leaves and goes to somewhere with less talent, all the cracks are going to show, and you're going to have the same conversation the next year.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you're a Baltimore fan and you're tired of Harbaugh.
Sick of him.
Okay. So, I mean, you're coming from a perspective of you want change, right? So the year they went to the Super Bowl and beat the 49ers, that wasn't even a year that you go out there and celebrate. Well, you need talent to win in the National Football League. Tell me any head coach that doesn't. So you look at the Denver Broncos. Sean Payton, an offensive genius. Is he riding the coattails this year of one of the better defenses in the NFL? Texans are the best defense, but the Broncos obviously right behind them as being the number 2 defense in the National Football League. So is that Denver team defined by their offense or defined by their defense?
I think it's defined by their defense, and you're able to have. I think Sean Payton elevates Bo Nix to a point where I don't think Bo Nix is a great quarterback. I think he's put in a very good situation with a very good system that Payton has put in front of him. But I don't think at this point, just from all the years watching AFC North football, that Tomlin or Harbaugh are able to do with young offensive talent.
Yeah, I think Tomlin has been, when he hasn't had Roethlisberger, it's been difficult. Tell me a head coach that goes out there and wins with some of the quarterbacks that you've seen out there in Pittsburgh. The credit to Mike Tomlin is the culture where he has not bottomed out, where they're not having seasons in which, when there was a 16-game season, they went 5-11. Now 17 games, 18, where you're going 5-12. They don't have those kind of seasons out in Pittsburgh. This has been a massively disappointing year, and I don't disagree with some of the criticism when you look at Harbaugh in terms of the failures that you saw in pressurized spots the last 2 years when I thought the Ravens were the best team in the playoffs going into the AFC playoffs, and that team failed to get themselves to a Super Bowl, and that does fall on the head coach. And after the season comes to an end, they might make the decision that it's time for a new voice down there in Baltimore. This year is not entirely on the head coach's fault. The Henry fumbles early. Lamar has not looked like the same player. You've also suffered significant injuries when you're looking at the defense.
And I agree with that. And I'm talking as a more general perspective on the Ravens.
You're tired of Harbaugh. You want a new. You don't want to look at the sideline, and you don't want to see the grimace or the look of confusion at times. You're tired of seeing John Harbaugh on the sideline for the Ravens. You think it's time for a change.
Yeah, exactly. If I'm a Jets fan, I'm looking at guys like the Seattle OC, the DC from Minnesota, there's a lot of young coordinators that I think I would rather give shots to as a Ravens fan or a Jets fan. If you're looking for a new head coach, that I would give before Harbaugh, and that's just if you want him, go right ahead. But
yeah, I think he's going to get a coach. I mean, Matt, I think there's I get where you're coming from. And I understand that. And it's been a really frustrating year. And you're also coming off a loss last night, which you blew an 11-point lead in the fourth quarter to the New England Patriots. In a game that maybe probably you're sitting back relaxing, getting ready to ring in the holidays, that you had salted away, unfortunately unable to close it out. It's been an extremely frustrating year for Baltimore with the expectations coming into the season. Let's head out to Manhattan. It's Winston. It's the fan. What's going on, Winston?
Hey, Moose. It's been a while since Mike and the Mad Dog.
Winston,
how are you? Merry Christmas.
It has been forever. I wasn't sure that was you. There's a lot of Winstons. Manhattan's a big island. I wasn't sure it was you, but it's good to hear your voice again, Winston.
Thank you. Listen, Moose, I just have a hypothetical.
Yeah.
I know that Mendoza is not a sexy pick. It would be stupid to do it. But let's say that it is Arch Manning, that we know it is not ready yet for the NFL. That was a number one pick. And knowing the history with the Manning, what would you say in regard to that?
Wait for Arch Manning and not draft Mendoza?
No, let's say that it was Arch Manning this year.
Oh.
Let's say as a number 3 pick. The way he is right now, which we know he's not ready yet because of the way he performed this year. But we know the history with the Mannings. So we know that Mendoza is not a sexy pick, but what happened if Arch Manning was there? Will you be able to change your mind in regard to Dart, Jackson Dart?
Oh, I would not. No.
No? All right.
Not. I mean, right. I would not. The Giants, from a Giant perspective, no. I mean, that question's been answered. I have my quarterback. I don't need now to confuse the scenario. Remember when the Philadelphia 76ers kept on drafting centers after they had, Embiid? They just kept on. They drafted Okafor. They drafted Nerlens Noel. They just kept on drafting centers, and trust the process and everything like that. You have to look at it and say to yourself, and I think it went, the Giants have found their quarterback. Let's not confuse the scenario. And I'm not rooting against Arch Manning, but, just because he's a Manning doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be this great quarterback in the National Football League. And we know initially he wasn't great at Texas this year. So, Winston, that's, no. I think we're just wasting oxygen and wasting time. The quarterback has been answered. Dart's the quarterback. He's the quarterback of the future. Now you got to go out there and find the head coach, the quarterback coach, the offensive coordinator that's going to go out there and continue to develop him. They get the best out of Jackson Dart in the NFL. Jersey City we go. It's Nate. What's going on, Nate?
Merry Christmas, Moose. I was listening to you yesterday, and the doctor you had from Notre Dame was awesome, by the way. I just wanted to touch on that.
Dr. Erickson, fantastic. Orland and Cohen, I love him. He's great. Good friend.
Fantastic.
Yeah, unbelievable.
He's unbelievable. So, a couple things. I have Rock's second worst thing he's heard on the fan, but I'll save that till after you answer this question, please. This game coming up for the Giants is probably the biggest game since they played Minnesota in the playoffs 4 years ago. They have to lose this game against the Raiders. They've got to be have to have the number one choice going in after this terrible season. How many people have to be involved in just throwing a game? I mean, I know you can't legally do that, but you got to have a lot of people involved.
No, yeah. I mean, there would be Nate. Stop. We're not talking about throwing games, but I get why your frustration is
tanking a game.
No, Nate, I understand. I get where you're coming from. If you're going to sit through this year and suffer the frustration and see all the changes that you've seen in the coaching staff, that you want it to at least pay off. If the ineptitude is going to be there, you want it to at least pay off to where you have the number one overall pick. I get it. I understand it. It doesn't necessarily mean something I would do, but I understand your frustration.
I hear you. So you're not going to give me an answer, but you're on the same page. I know you are.
No, I'm not. I'm not rooting for the Giants to lose. Listen, this is going to be, an interesting game given the motivations. I mean, listen, Carroll, talking about a coach that might be fired after 1 year, might be Pete Carroll out there in Vegas. I mean, that has been Now, they showed you a little bit of a pulse yesterday, which was surprising as a 14.5-point dog on the road in Houston against the Texans. So they gave you a little something yesterday. That was stunning. I'll be honest with you. I did not anticipate that coming yesterday. I thought Houston was going to daylight them. They didn't, but Houston found a way to win the football game. But Carroll might be out on his ear after this season. It's been so bad.
It could be, and I appreciate you keeping me on the line so long. So the second dumbest thing I think Rock has ever heard on this show or on the station is bringing back mercenary Craig Carton.
Oh,
terrible.
Nate,
terrible.
Hey, listen, Craig and Chris, when do they start? I mean, Craig's coming back, Chris McMonagle, the Craig Carton Show with Chris McMonagle. New lineup is January 5th. There you have. I knew it was going to be something of that variety. Tim in Morristown. What's going on, Tim? How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Moose, first-time caller. I just had a question. I mean, there's a lot of talk about Belichick, people wanting Belichick. But, you could look online. There's never really been a coach, I guess, Shula, Shanahan, and Parcells that actually made it to the Super Bowl with two different teams. They've only won, all those coaches only won with one team. Belichick, he won a bunch of Super Bowls up in New England. The odds are very slim, unless you're just looking to build a culture. No one's ever done it before. Even bringing Mike McCarthy in here and Tomlin, and they've already won a Super Bowl with one team. The odds are very slim. Does anybody ever think about that? I just wanted to get your take on it.
The odds are, and I don't think Belichick. Did you see who he brought in as his offensive coordinator down in North Carolina?
No, his son or
no, his son's the defensive coordinator.
Oh, okay.
Do you know college football well, Tim?
No, I don't follow it. That's
well, he's been a guy that's been. I'll put it to you this way. Maybe you can guess it this way. He quit a job in the National Football League to go back to college, unceremoniously.
You got me there. I don't know.
Bobby Petrino. Is now the offensive coordinator of the North Carolina Tar Heels. I don't think. Listen, I think Belichick has got a great respect for the New York Giants. He's talked about it. Having great love for the organization. I just no. I don't think they're going down that path. And you bring up the example of guys that have won other places, bringing them in. I think it's a matter of just getting this organization back on the right track to where you're playing relevant football games. John Mara used to always talk about the fact of if it's a successful year, place is packed, you're playing meaningful, impactful games, relevant games late in the season. That's where the Giants got to get back to. Justin in Floral Park's up next to the fan. What's going on, Justin?
Moose, what's up, brother? Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Justin. What's going on?
Two things. Number one, as a Bills fan and as an outsider as you, do you think the Buffalo Bills, now more than ever, can get to the freaking Super Bowl? I mean, there's really no excuses here, Moose. I know they're not probably going to win the division, but you're not going to have to face Lamar, you're not going to have to face Burrow, and you're not going to have to face Mahomes.
No, I mean, right. Why not us? You got to be walking around.
Seriously.
Right. It's our time. Steal.
I mean,
I don't.
Between between the Cowboys,
Justin, okay. Let me just explain some concerns I have about Buffalo. I don't disagree when you look at if you're going to judge it based on just pure quarterback play of who's standing in the way, and maybe this ends up being Buffalo's year. I get concerned about the defense.
Agreed.
And I get concerned about the lack of weapons on the outside, having a big play wide receiver for Allen.
But James Cook has turned into like a top 5 back.
Right, he's got to hold on to the football. I mean, that's been one issue for Cook, the fumbles, but there's no doubt. I mean, that 44-yard touchdown run yesterday by the Cleveland Browns was a thing of beauty. And he had the defensive back for Cleveland absolutely, turning backwards and forwards. So it was beautiful. It was a beautiful thing. I love Cook as a running back. I don't disagree. I just have concerns about that defense, and I have concerns about the weapons on the outside.
The defense is very scary. They need to get Ed Oliver back. One other thing, Moose. I'm sure you watched the game last night. Can you explain to me how Henry gets into the end zone and doesn't see another snap? He didn't look like he was hurt. And listen, the game doesn't matter for Buffalo. They need Miami or the Jets to beat them to win the division. So
I didn't understand it. I mean, I didn't.
That's horrible. How does he not play another down?
Yeah, and I didn't see the rationalization. I didn't stay up to listen to Harbaugh after the game. I couldn't believe the one thing I couldn't believe. Now, the Patriots overcame it. They end up scoring a touchdown on the play. The pass to Booty, I think that's how you pronounce his name. Is it Boutte? Boutte, thank you. The pass to Boutte that ended up falling incomplete. They didn't call pass interference on it when the defensive back basically tackled him. Now, it looked like he was going to make a catch, and I think it was almost like the refs on the field were stunned that the ball fell incomplete, but it was an incomplete pass. They didn't call it. They call it defensive pass interference basically on anything. Guy basically tackled him around the waist, and they didn't call it defensive pass interference. It was amazing. Now, Pats didn't matter. They end up scoring a touchdown there, and they end up winning the game 28-24. Unbelievable statement victory. Even though Baltimore is not the same Baltimore team for the past 2 years, to come back from 11 points down fourth quarter to score 15 unanswered points on the road in Baltimore against the Ravens, even with Jackson being out of the game. Hell of a victory for May Vrabel and the New England Patriots. 1240, Malusis with you, 888-808-1019.
It's Boomer and Gio, mornings on the Fan, 1019 FM.
There's psychos in every fan base, and all it takes
but
is
there's
one.
more psychos in the Eagle fan base, there's
Fine.
no question.
Without a doubt.
You see some of those people on Instagram before games. Some of the women are unbelievable.
Listen to Boomer and Gio on demand on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts.
This is Andrew Perloff with an Odyssey Sports Minute. The NFL has considered expanding to 18 games. One of the problems is that they're running out of quarterbacks. Rookies like Quinn Ewers and Brady Cook and Max Brosmer all saw action on Sunday. The Kansas City Chiefs had to turn to third stringer, Chris Oladokin. There's still 2 more weeks after this. Who knows who's going to be playing quarterback by the end? More football is always good. Just not sure it's always going to be good football. I'm Andrew Perloff.
Paid for by term provider. Premiums will vary. Plans depend on age, location, and other factors. Visit biglou.com.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-529-2856. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Provider has helped thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-529-2856. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-529-2856. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-529-2856 or biglou.com.
Hi, this is Greg Gallardi, General Manager of Mazda 112. On behalf of the entire Mazda 112 and Messenger families, we wish you a happy, safe, and healthy holiday season.
Got any gadgets? Get online protection. NordVPN has a ho-ho holiday deal just for you. Secure up to 10 devices with a single account. NordVPN's Threat Protection Pro feature helps you avoid malware, phishing, and annoying trackers. Just a few taps and you're safer online. Let your gadgets sparkle with online security. Go to NordVPN.com and get up to 77% off plus 3 extra months. NordVPN.
No gift? No problem. With Target's last-minute gifts, the holidays are a breeze. You can score on the hottest toys, beauty must-haves, chocolatey stocking stuffers, and much more. And if you need it now, no worries. Swing by any Target store today and snag all the stocking stuffers and gifts for the most magical season yet. Step into the holidays, check off everything on your list, and save big on your last-minute gifts. Only at Target. Restrictions apply.
Injured in an accident? Your case in the hands of one lawyer may settle for $100,000, but in the hands of the right law firm could be worth millions. The Rothenberg Law Firm has been representing injury victims for over 50 years, winning and collecting billions for our clients. And we're not stopping now. The Rothenberg Law Firm, 1-800-624-8888, or visit us at injurylawyer.com.
Be a lawyer for injured ones. Injurylawyer.com. Talk New York sports on the Fan.
Hey, football fans, picture this. You bet on your favorite player to score the first touchdown in the game, but his teammate scores instead. If this happens, BetMGM wants to give you another chance at the end zone. With BetMGM's second chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second instead. That's right. Bet on any pro football player to score the first touchdown of the game. If you're right, you win. If your player scores second, you get your stake back back in cash. With BetMGM's second chance offer, you have a chance to keep the fun going after the first player crosses the goal line. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York and New Jersey only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Rewards paid back in unrestricted withdrawable funds. Gambling problem? For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. For New Jersey, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Islanders hockey is here. Grab an ice-cold Surfside to enjoy while you cheer on your Islanders on the ice. Surfside is only 100 calories, 2 grams of sugar, and 0 bubbles, so it's easy to sip and enjoy. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Official partner of the New York Islanders. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
You know that Big Bargain detergent jug is 80% water, right? It doesn't clean as well.
80% water? I thought I was getting a better deal because it's so big.
If you want a better clean, Tide Pods are only 12% water. The rest is pure, concentrated cleaning ingredients.
Oh, let me make an announcement.
Attention shoppers, if you want a real deal, try Tide Pods.
Stop paying for watered-down detergents. Pay for clean. If it's got to be clean, it's got to be Tide Pods. Water content based on the leading bargain liquid detergent.
Straight Talk knows the best holiday gift is simply saying yes.
Yes, you can stay up late. Sure, more cookies. Of course we can watch that movie again.
That's why we give you real unlimited data, so you can say yes to all of your family's streaming, scrolling, and sharing. And now at Straight Talk, get another gift worth giving, a free 5G phone with select plans. Because yes is the best gift to give.
Yes!
And receive. Available at straighttalk.com and Walmart. For network management practices, visit straighttalk.com.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Donate your car today.
Call 1-877-CARS for Kids to reach a friendly live agent. Donation's super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call us now.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Hurry! It's our last chance to donate for 2025.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
All right, 1246. Malusis with you. Is this Hess truck up for grabs in the studio? You sure? Because the cameras are on. I don't want to. I know Hoffman came in. Dove, you got how many Hess trucks for your grandkids?
G gave me 2.
Oh, G gave you 2. All right. Maybe I'll grab that one on the way out. I don't know. I don't know because I was just making sure if it was free to take. Is that okay?
It's been there for a while, I'm told.
No, it's been there for a while. Okay, so nobody really cares. I got you. Appreciate it. Nothing like the Hess truck around the holidays. Love the commercials. Staten Island we go. Anthony, what's going on, Anthony?
What's up, Moose? Thanks for taking the call, brother.
You got it, man. What's on your mind?
All right, so I agree with you in a lot of places. I disagree with you if the Raiders game is the Super Bowl. Have to lose that game. I'm sorry. I root for them to win every week.
Right.
But not against the Raiders. It's the only thing that eases another terrible season. That's
you end up with you get to dream about the number 1 overall pick. Dream of some team moving up from Mendoza, get more and more draft capital, and nobody likes draft capital more than the NFL fan.
Right. So I also got to say you got to fire Shane today. You're not letting him pick in the top 5 if he's not the GM for the next 5, 6, 7 years. I don't know why they're not firing him. And why is everybody talking about drafting Mendoza and trading Dart? It's absolutely
because you have nothing. What else? Because people are looking for creative ways to talk about the Giants.
Yeah, and it's not just on the radio. It's not just on the radio station.
It makes little to no sense. Listen, I shot it down each and every time. I think it's stupid.
I've heard it from all my Giants fans friends. Listen, if a team loves Mendoza, the return you could get for the first overall is a lot higher than you're going to get for Dart. I don't know if Dart's going to be an elite quarterback. You don't know. Nobody knows. But I do know he's got that it factor. He's got that attitude. We haven't had that in so long, and he's playing with a bunch of third-string wide receivers at best. Like, give this guy some weapons. Give him a healthy Scott. Give him a healthy Neighbors. Draft some capital to help around him, and this guy is going to be good. Let's get a competent head coach. There's so much potential for this kid. Why are we talking to even entertaining the fact that we're going to trade him for Mendoza?
Anthony, I don't think there's really much of a conversation. I don't think there's where it matters. I don't think there's much to entertaining it. I think it's just fodder. I think the frustration of the year, the frustration of the last 3 years, you're trying to make it and trying to look at things creatively or think outside the box. And Mendoza, and it was a weak Heisman class, I vote for the Heisman every single year, but I went Mendoza and Love 1-2 when it looks at, but was he prototypical of a Heisman Trophy winner? No, he wasn't. But when he needed to be great, he was. That throw he made, it was a ridiculous catch by his wideout against Penn State. That was, a remarkable comeback. And Cignetti's done an unbelievable job with that program, and Mendoza's been great this year for the Indiana Hoosiers. But I would not, I think right now, and I get where the Giant fan is. It's not one where I'm telling you that, this is the way I root. I don't do that. But in the end, it doesn't really matter. Like whether you root for success or whether you root for failure, the game's going to play out the way it is. And the Giants might just beat the Raiders because the Raiders are, despite their performance yesterday and almost pulling out a victory against Houston as an over 2-touchdown underdog, the Raiders have been really, really bad, embarrassingly bad. I think the previous game they had 75 yards of total offense with Kenny Pickett at quarterback. I mean, that's just terrible. Ashton Jeanty, they took a dynamic running back at Boise State, and he had a game yesterday, a big 60-yard touchdown, a reception, had another long touchdown run from 50-plus yards out. But Ashton Jeanty, who could have easily won the Heisman Trophy last year, the rookie out of Boise State, they've minimized his impact this year because they've gotten little to no offensive line in front of them. The Giants could end up winning that game. I get where the Giant fan is right now saying, I've dealt with a lot of losing. Just in the end, just let it pay off to where you have the number 1 overall pick. Staten Island we go. It's Tony. It's the fan. What's going on, Tony?
Hey, Mark. How are you today?
Tony, I'm doing well. How are you?
All right. Giant fan, so, not too good. So, just to add to the last caller, listen, I think we could all agree that darts mechanics are not good. I mean, I've called on the past and stated this a few times, so leave it where it is. I mean, he still has some work to improve on that area. But there's big questions on his mechanics. And, if he's not getting the proper coaching or if he can prove it, we hope, he has the it factor. I'll just say all that stuff. And, hey, Mark, just real quick.
Did you ever see Josh Allen throw the ball coming out of college and the way Josh Allen throws the ball now?
I know, but it's
I mean, have you taken a look at that?
Yeah,
I mean, the mechanics can be worked out, can be smoothed out. Any of those kind of issues. I don't disagree. The Giants have got to find the right guy to bring in place, and his connection with Brian Daboll was unquestioned, and Daboll was the driving force to Dart. What you need to know, regardless of those issues, the Giants as an organization, wholeheartedly believe there's excitement in the building to what they see in number 6.
Of course. I leave it like that, and we'll see what happens. It'd be a shame if you ever got rid of him and he turned out to be good, or if you got Mendoza and turned out to be a bust. So let's just ride it out. Let's get a good coach in here, whoever that may be. So the overtime moves. So it's all different now, isn't it? And so we see now 10 minutes, each team gets 2 timeouts. And we've seen now several times that the team that scores first has a 5-6 minute drive, leaving 5 more minutes for the other team to come down the field. And we've seen now the team that scores second almost automatically is going to go for 2 points. That being when the team that gets the ball first scores a touchdown, of course. And we've seen this now. So let me ask you, how do you play the overtime now? I mean, do you want the ball first? You would never go for 2 points on scoring a touchdown on the first possession. Would you agree with that?
No, you wouldn't, because the team that goes for the 2, and you got to remember that a tie is, and they're giving the ball back to Stafford and the Rams, right? So the tie doesn't do anything for Seattle, and they're not going to get another opportunity to win the game, so they go for 2 in that great Thursday night game that we saw. No, I'm going to take the ball second because I want to know what I need to do.
Right. But and then, again, to the other part of that, scoring first, you would never go for 2 points on the first.
I would not.
Scoring. Yeah, because if you don't get it, now you only got 6, and now just a simple touchdown and an extra point.
Yeah, I would not. No.
Of course. And, no, it's just very interesting. And I agree with you. I would want the ball second, and I think that's the way the overtimes are going to play out now. I think the team, if they match that touchdown, I think almost automatically they're going to go for 2 points. Have you seen that in the Rams-Niners game early? We've seen it in the Seattle game a couple of days ago. And it's interesting. I love it. I think it's interesting. I mean, with these guys kicking out 70-yard field goals and 65-yard field goals and whatnot, think about the old school overtime and where we are right now and how they made that adjustment to the game.
Well, everything's changed. Yeah, Tony. And I think, they want to make the overtime rules fair to where, not everything is on the coin toss and based on what happens if you win the coin toss and not. And you're giving two teams that finished in a tie at the end of regulation, both giving them an opportunity to win the game. Vernon, New Jersey. Peter, what's going on, Peter?
Hey, Moose, how are you?
I'm doing well, Peter. How are you?
Good. Moose, I had a good question about Brian Flores. I would love to have him as a coach. And the reason why is because I think he's a great defensive coordinator. And the Giants this year, their bigger problem wasn't offense. It was defense. They played 3 quarters of defense and lost how many games in the waning minutes. So I would love to have him in and give him a shot as a head coach. But my question to you is, the lawsuit he has out about with the NFL, would that prevent the Giants from hiring him?
I can't speak for the Giants. I would say probably would play a role. Giants are named. So? I believe the Giants are named in that lawsuit.
If they actually went to him, do you think this is? I was just talking to my brother about it, and they made an offer to him. Could he drop the Giants from the lawsuit?
Peter, I don't know. Legally, I have no idea. I'm not going to tell you that. I wasn't smart enough to go to law school and study the law. I don't know. That was the whole Belichick sending the wrong text to the wrong Brian at the time, congratulating Brian Flores on getting the Giants head coaching job when he meant to send it to Brian Dable. And it didn't end well. Listen, I heard Boomer talking about this morning with Gio, and he said he thinks the lawsuit would have to be settled for him to get another head coaching job in the National Football League. But, so do I think Flores is a wonderful defensive coordinator? I do. I think he had to have learned something to the way that he treated players, especially with the stuff that happened with Tua down there in South Beach. Is he going to get another opportunity? We'll see. We'll see. But is that, regardless of the lawsuit, is that where I'm going if I'm the Giants, given what I've been through for the last 3 years? I don't know if that's the apple of my eye. I'm looking for a little bit more cost certainty. Now, the perfect established head coach that's going to kind of hold this team's feet to the fire, so to speak, be more of a disciplinarian. Well, when you look at the prospective guys that are out there right now, that are available right now, there isn't really a guy that meets all of that criteria. 1256, Malusis with you, 888-808-1019.
Who will stay? Who will go? Big questions loom for the Yankees and Mets this offseason. Get the latest here. The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always streaming on the Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
Quality is very important here at the North Pole. You see, I check my list once, twice. All done.
Well, Santa, quality's important to us at Nissan, too. We actually test every model thousands of times. There's the frame twist test, shaker test, corrosion test, drive load test, tug-of-war test, towing test, off-roading test, practical strength test, splash test, corrugated road test, chassis dynamics test, water intrusion test, extreme heat test, extreme cold test, rough road test, jump test, curb impact test. And physical parts tests.
Save on J.D. Power's #1 mainstream brand and new vehicle quality at the Nissan year-end event. Get 0% APR on the 2026 Nissan Rogue, 2025 Murano, or Pathfinder for well-qualified buyers. For J.D. Power 2025 U.S. Initial Quality Study Award information, visit jdpower.com/awards. Awards based on 2025 model year. Example: 0 down payment, 60 months financing at $1,667 per month per thousand financed. Actual down payment may vary, subject to NMAC credit approval. Not all buyers qualify. Dealer contribution may affect actual price set by dealer. Contact dealer for details. Ends 1/5/26.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
The all-new Giants mobile app presented by DraftKings is your home for highlights, breaking news, exclusive features, and inside access to the New York Giants. Watch Big Blue Kickoff live every weekday afternoon at 12:30, plus every press conference, locker room interview, and podcast. If you're coming to the game, check out the Pocket Game Day Hub in the Giants app for live camera angles, interactive games, mobile food ordering, and more. Download the Giants official mobile app presented by DraftKings for free at the App Store and Google Play.
Now's the time to enroll in quality, affordable health insurance through Get Covered New Jersey. All plans provide free preventive care, coverage for prescriptions, emergency services, and more. Plus, 8 in 10 get financial help. Enroll by December 31st for January 1st coverage at getcovered.nj.gov.
I'm Bob Burke, founder and chairman of Burke America Parts Group, a family of brands that includes RepairClinic.com, an appliance and HVAC parts solution company that's grown into an international brand. Before AmericanEagle.com, we partially launched a new technology platform developed by another firm. American Eagle helped take our technology to a whole new level with digital marketing, software development, and business insights into our key markets, appliances, HVAC, and outdoor power equipment, and did so both on time and on budget. AmericanEagle.com has the resources, experience, and talent needed to produce solutions. Our new technology platform, developed by AmericanEagle.com, has produced tremendous results with higher traffic, conversion, engagement, and online revenue. If you have any home repairs you need to take care of, check us out at RepairClinic.com. If you need a world-class website or technology project, then I would highly recommend AmericanEagle.com.
Call AmericanEagle.com at 773-NETWORK. That's AmericanEagle.com, 773-NETWORK.
At Audi Manhattan, experience best-in-class service in the heart of New York. Visit their Audi flagship store today, conveniently located on 55th and 11th. Audi Manhattan, where luxury meets excellence.
Listen up, football fans. You won't want to miss this.
Right now, new Bet365 customers bet $5 and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. So you could turn that $150 into something bigger when you bet on money line, spread, totals, player props.
$150 in bonus bets when new customers bet $5. I know where I'm going to bet from now on. Download the app today and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in New Jersey. T&Cs apply. In-app only.
Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you that at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Wake up with Boomer and Geo. Mornings 6 to 10 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1, New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
WFAN Sports Flash.
Good afternoon at 101. I'm Chris Lopresti. This Sports Flash is sponsored by Chef IQ. Precision cooking, effortless results, chefiq.com. Also sponsored by Kalshi. Trade on anything. Make money predicting sports, politics, culture, and more. Legally, nationwide with Kalshi. From sports to Bitcoin, the Oscars, and even politics. If it matters, you can trade on it. Use code Odyssey for $20 when you trade 100. KALSHI.com. Trading involves risk. Kalshi. Well, Giants interim head coach Mike Kafka with the media a short time ago. No surprise, doesn't agree with the narrative that Jackson Dart has regressed since the firing of Brian Daboll and since returning from the concussion he suffered in Chicago. Kafka also said he didn't anticipate using the heavy run packages as much as the Giants did in yesterday's loss to the Vikings, but because of some early success, they stuck with it. Dart ended up going 7 of 13, passing for only 33 yards plus an interception, though there were at least 3 key drops from his receivers, one of which directly resulted in the INT. Giants have lost 9 straight ahead of this weekend's road game against the Raiders. A couple of 2-13 teams will go at it out in Las Vegas. Meantime, Jets head coach Aaron Glenn says he'll stick with undrafted rookie Brady Cook as his quarterback for Sunday's home game against the 12-3 Patriots. MASH unit for the Rangers right now as the team deals with the flu bug. They need some healthy bodies, so they've recalled Brett Berard from Hartford of the AHL. And to make room for him, Captain JT Miller placed on IR with the upper body injury that he suffered in Saturday's win over the Flyers. That is expected to sideline him for at least a couple of weeks. Fan weather sponsored by Jag Physical Therapy. Jag Physical Therapy proudly announces their new location in Aberdeen, New Jersey. This new location provides a wide range of physical and occupational therapy services and is in network with most major insurances. To make an appointment, visit jagpt.com. We've got 38 degrees, partly sunny skies right now in Central Park. And with sports flashes at the top of the hour, I'm Chris Lopresti.
Talk New York sports here. The Fan.
All right, 103 on this Monday afternoon. This show presented to you by your Tri-State Cadillac dealers. Cadillac, the official luxury vehicle of the New York Football Giants. Dove Pete across the way, rolling right up until 2. Mark Malusis with you, 888-808-1019. Obviously, it's been a lot of Giants and Jets. Couple weeks to go for them in the regular season. Obviously, 2 lost seasons for both locals, and Giant and Jet fans can't wait to ring in a new year and hopefully bigger things and bigger expectations in 2026. Fran, Massapequa, New York's up next to the Fan. What's going on, Franny?
What's up, my man? How you doing? Hope the family, everybody's good.
Yeah, hanging in there, Fran.
Good. Me too, buddy. What time is it right now? Around 1 o'clock. Back in the old days, 1 o'clock. You remember on the FAN what it used to be?
What, on the overnights, Fran, are we talking about? Yeah.
No. Well, the overnights were
1
great
o'clock
with
with
you,
Mike
yes.
and Chris, yeah. Yes, no doubt.
Mike and Chris,
Hit the jingle.
Yep. Yeah, I was going to do it. I love you. You go back a long way, man. You're one of the good guys, man. But listen, I'm in a weird spot. You want me to talk about real quick baseball or football first? My team.
Whatever you'd like, Fran.
All right, real quick. I will go start with the baseball. I'm just going to throw it out there real quick and then go right to my football.
Okay.
I'm done with the Mets. Okay, that's my opinion. That's my choice. I'm a diehard love Pete Alonso. I was heartbroken with Seaver was gone. I put up with them for 100 years. I am following Alonso, and that's who I'm rooting for. Him and his team. That's that. Now I'm
Fran, if the Mets are playing well this upcoming season,
listen, I hope they win the World Series because they got a lot
You'll be on the Shea Bridge. You'll be wearing your right jersey. You'll be locked in.
Mark, I swear to God, listen, I will not. I hope listen, if they win the World Series for their fans, they deserve it. But they broke my heart. I look at it like a relationship with a girl. I can only take so much. You can only throw me to the curb so many times.
Yeah, but Fran, okay.
And I say,
right.
I need to talk about the Bears.
But Fran, okay?
Yes,
so you bring up the relationship.
Yes.
Like, usually when a relationship comes to an end.
Yes.
There are signs. Like, it doesn't stun you when the relationship comes to an end.
No, it doesn't.
Maybe, you stop telling each other you love them. Maybe you don't go on date nights anymore. Whatever it might be. You don't take the time to continue to evolve the marriage, the relationship, whatever it might be, right? There are signs, right? You grow tired, like it doesn't usually hit you like unless your significant other cheats on you. It doesn't really hit you like that, right? So there were signs. The Mets didn't want to pay Alonso and give him a long-term deal last offseason.
I understand that,
Stearns was not a big Alonso guy. He didn't want to invest in him. Pete talking about after they got eliminated by, last day of the regular season, that he wanted a 7-year contract. It was never going to happen here in New York.
Okay, that's fine, Mark. That's great. That's their business. So let's move on to the Bears. I made up my mind, so no problem. And I agree with you, but not my opinion is my opinion. I'm doing what I'm doing.
You're done.
I can't stand them 1,000%, and I don't wish we're bad on them because they got the fans. Met fans are some of the best in the world. They take a beating with the Yankees. The spoiled, rotten fans. We got to listen. We had to, they got to listen to. The Yankees are so spoiled. But anyway, I want to talk about the Bears. A lot of haters out there, and I think now I can finally open my big mouth because we did make the playoffs, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, right? It's official. We're in the playoffs. I just wanted to make sure of that before I open my mouth. I understand where we're at. I understand we're like 28th in run defense, 26th in run defense, blah, blah, blah. I know all of that. But sometimes there's something special.
Oh, yeah.
And even, and there's that season where it's just special, and you might not win the championship, but it's just so special. And this is one of those years with the Bears. I understand the quarterback's 58%, but it just seems to all be working, Moose.
No, Fran, I get it. When you think about like the magical type of years, and Dove will remember this. When Mike and Chris were doing their things, and Mike, we used to drive Russo crazy all the time when the Yankees were going through those dynastic days. But before the dynastic days began, Mike would always play a song when it come playoff time. It was Pink Cadillac. He used to play it time and time again, during the course of the postseason. And it was great. It was fun because the Yankees were on this kind of, I think it was Aretha Franklin, Pink Cadillac, and the Yankees were going on this unbelievable run, right? And the magic of 96. 98 was kind of a tour de force after they lost in 97 to Sandy Alomar and the Cleveland Indians at the time. But then they won 98, 99, 2000. But the Bears have been on that kind of magic carpet ride this year. That was a miraculous victory that they had against the Commanders on Saturday night. Let's head out to Bayshore we go. Oh, no, you know what? Let's head out to Queens. It's Robert. It's the fan. What's going on, Robert?
Moose, thanks so much. Moose, you do a great job. And, you bring up years of old. I think it would only be right for me to acknowledge and to thank Dove for all of his years.
No doubt.
He's been through so much, and he's been a staple. He's been fodder for some of the guys there, but his music, everything about him, he was class. He is WFAN. He was there from the beginning. And I just want you to know, as one of the guys who loves all the guys in FAN, especially the guys behind the glass, he was there for the sweater and the schmoozer, and he was there for Art Russ Jr., and he was there for all of them from the beginning. So from the bottom of my heart, we wish Dove the best of everything and a sincere thank you. Moose, thanks for taking the call.
Yeah, you got it, Robert. And everything you said is true. And I've known, listen, I'm going to work with Dove again tomorrow. And I'm going to be filling in up until the 31st. So this is not goodbye. But, I interned at WFAN summer of 98. I came back and started working at WFAN late August of 2000. But you think about like the guys then, the old Kaufman Astoria Studios in Queens, we were there and we were in the basement, ground level, and everybody was kind of on top of each other. And you walked into that newsroom and, you had Imus and Charles McCord and Bernard McGurk. And if you happened to be working that shift, and you had Dove and you had Eddie Scazzeri and Eric Spitz, you had Steve Cohen, like it was just crazy. The kind of family atmosphere that he had at that time. And, it was an unbelievable experience for somebody that was, coming out of Syracuse to be able to experience that, especially being able to work at a radio station like WFAN. And then to intern there and then eventually be able to work behind the scenes, then be lucky and blessed enough to be able to work on the air on WFAN. And Dove cares, and takes great pride in the work that he's done here at WFAN. Loves the sound of great sports talk radio, is always trying to put whoever he is working with in a position to go out there and be as successful as they possibly can. We'll be open and honest. We'll tell you when it's good. We'll tell you when it's not. But you appreciate that. But I have nothing but love for Dove Kramer and the relationship and friendship that we have built over the years.
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's no doubt, 100%. Now, the emails sometimes go a little over the top, but...
A lot of things should go over the top sometimes.
No, I understand. Dove, I love you. You know that. You're the best. An absolute legend. And one of the guys that obviously, the foundational piece to this radio station. Bayshore, it's Chris. It's the fan. What's going on, Chris?
Yeah, hey, Mark. It's great to talk to you as always. I got an interesting perspective from a Giants fan's point of view. I mean, I'm old enough to clearly remember the 4 Super Bowls. So I think when we look at these last 10 years or so, whatever it is, more than that, it's kind of like you don't want to really, you feel terrible, but you realize how lucky you are, and so it's kind of a tough spot. But in looking forward to what you think they want to do, I think they really got to take as much risk out of this as they can. They got to go with sure things. I agree that getting off the Dart thing is nuts. Get an established guy in there, get somebody in there that knows what they're doing, and go from there.
Yeah, they need an adult in the room. I'm not saying that Daboll wasn't. They need somebody where you minimize the learning curve. You just do. And someone that is going to appreciate or understand and maybe not have the rapport, the relationship with the media. And not saying that Daboll was antagonistic, but, you grow tired of the word clutches. You grow tired of the Belichickian answers that you get post-game. And I think that, people that, are either coaching or playing have to understand that, media is part of the process. I mean, it really is. And, they're there to obviously write about the team, good and bad, everything that's going through it. They're obviously there to get clicks and sell newspapers, but they're there to do their job, and the media is there as well to kind of tell the fans, those that invest their time, hard-earned money into your organization, to be fans about exactly what is going on, good and bad, with that respective franchise. So, I don't think Dave's helped himself with the way that he helped. But in the end, really, everything goes away if you win. Like, you just didn't win enough. I mean, you got to win football games, and you need answers. You need solutions. Things have got to change. If they're not changing, then you have to go in a different direction.
Yeah, well, I think in his case, I think that was kind of clear. And I think there was a point where, and I don't know how many games, obviously the Denver game after they beat Philly, and you're feeling you're riding so high, and the next thing you know, it's literally surreal to watch that game, how that went down. But I think there was a point where even he kind of switched, and you could hear it in his responses to almost knowing that he was kind of like a dead man walking. And I think that kind of was clear. I don't know if it was told to him or he just put the pieces together or whatever. But I just think that, I just think you look at him and Judge and whatever it might be. I think in Kafka's defense, I mean, sounds like a great guy, except for obviously the hard knocks fake speech. But I mean, the way he deals with reporters, and it looks like how he deals with his players. I mean, he's an upbeat guy, and he's a guy that, you don't mind listening to, and it seems like he's so sincere. He seems like a good dude. It's just that the other stuff may not be falling into place. But yeah, it all goes – that's why it's so challenging to find the right guy, I guess.
Well, it is. I mean, Chris, it's not easy, and especially when you're dealing with everything that goes along with being the head coach here in New York with the Giants. Malvern, we go. It's Sonny. It's the fan. What's going on, Sonny?
Hey, Moose. Missed you Saturday morning. Sorry about that. For the Giant talk, wasn't available.
I know, Sonny. You're basically the top of the list when we go to the callers. Hopefully everything's okay, but appreciate it, Sonny.
Thanks. Yeah, and if I don't talk to you before Christmas, Merry Christmas to you, the wife, the boys, obviously. So
yeah, you as well, Sonny.
Thanks. One thing about Crimson Tide and then the Giants. My Crimson Tide big win on Friday night. You give them a chance, Moose, against Indiana?
I get concerned about whether or not they're going to be able to move the ball effectively enough. That's a really good Indiana defense. It's not just Mendoza and what they are offensively. In Oklahoma, I think they started to feel their oats a little bit when it was 17-0. I mean, to go on the kind of run that they did, that Alabama did on Friday night is just remarkable. And the pick six was the tour de force at the end of the first half. It just was. And I have no idea where John Mateer was throwing the football for the Oklahoma Sooners there. He got confused, I think, by the coverage of the Alabama Crimson Tide. But you look at it, do I give him a chance against Indiana? I do. I don't know how big of a chance. And I think there are a lot of people that are probably going to give the Tide a bigger chance based on the program and the fact that they're a blue blood college football program.
Yeah, my only thing that concerns me with Alabama is their running game. I think Simpson is back. I don't know. Most people don't. Only people inside the walls of Tuscaloosa know that Simpson's back was bad the last 4 games. That's why he hasn't been playing up to par. In the middle of the season, they beat 4 of the top 20 teams in college football. So if they play at that level, Moves, I give them a really good chance. Anyway, about the Giants, listen, a couple of calls ago was talking about the mechanics of Dart. Listen, he was confused. He's a rookie. He played against a great defensive coordinator who confused them, and he only threw the ball 13 times, and they had like 3 drops.
Yeah, I mean, Sonny, we're now to the point where we're over-dissecting things. We just are. Yeah, they threw the ball 13 times. Now all of a sudden, Dart is not carrying this team on his back. He's not Josh Allen, Superman, so something's wrong. Let's go find somebody else. I mean, it's just – but I get it. It's been a long year. You've been driven batty a little bit. I think it gets to a point where the Giant fan is screaming for the finish line. I think there's probably a number of those Giant players in that locker room that are screaming for the finish line as well.
Yeah, and listen, I hate to say it, Moose, because you know me, I'm a diehard Giant fan, number one here, but I'm not going to be heartbreaking if they lose. I really want those picks. I think it's important because there's so many holes to fill. And we got to start getting rid of players. Slayton, how many times are you going to watch him drop a ball? We got to get rid of him. We got to get rid of a couple other players. The effort is just not there. We do have talent, obviously, and I want those picks are so important, Moose. And I think we can get a boatload if we finish number 1, but I don't think that's going to happen. I think, the Giants are going to beat the Raiders. The Raiders are god-awful. They're terrible. So, and Jackson Dart, you think Jackson Dart wants to lose? Hell no. So,
no, he doesn't.
We'll see what happens. Whatever happens,
he doesn't. But, I mean, if you lose to the Raiders, I mean, Dart might not play against the Cowboys.
Yeah. And Moose,
Jameis could go out there and beat Dallas. You got a Joe Milton sighting for the Cowboys against the Chargers at the end of that game yesterday. I know there are a lot of Joe Milton fans in the audience. I got one on Sunday morning. Yeah. What else you got, Sonny?
Yeah, and do you believe, I don't know if he limited because of, the confusion of Flores was presenting. he could confuse veteran quarterbacks. But you like the fact that he only threw 13 times and he only had two design runs?
No, I said it earlier on in the program, Sonny. I think they were afraid of him getting a hit with the design runs, but I know they wanted to go in trying to run the football. I just didn't love the fact that you're limiting your quarterback to that degree. Where you're not attempting a pass for the betterment of the entire first half. Now, maybe that's a question. We're going to wear him down. We're going to run the football, then set up the pass later on. I didn't love it. Now, they ended up losing the game 16-13, and a couple things fell their way. They end up winning the game, but I didn't love the game plan by Kafka. I didn't. WFAN NFL football is powered by Verizon. Get to your local Verizon store and do it today. Operating engineers local 825 are the men and women who make our region move. Whether it's roads, bridges, or our favorite team stadium, they build and maintain the critical transportation, water, and energy infrastructure we rely on. That's why their advocacy organization, ELEC, the Engineers Labor Employer Cooperative, fights for those priorities every single day. That's ELEC, representing the signatory contractors and the hardworking men and women who build New York and, of course, New Jersey.
Every Saturday at 8 a.m., it's Kickoff with Boomer and Mike Valenti, where the guys break down the biggest headlines and storylines from across the NFL.
Something happens with this guy, and I'm leaving it to you to tell me what the hell it is.
Yeah, well, he gets nervous. Kickoff with Boomer and Valenti is brought to you by Nationwide. For your insurance and financial needs, Nationwide is on your side. And The Fan, always streaming on Odyssey, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio app.
I'm Jim Rodriguez, here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. The Indianapolis Colts have lost 4 in a row. They host the 49ers on Monday Night Football, who have won 4 straight and have already clinched a playoff spot. But the Niners have allowed 5 of 8 opponents to rush for more than 100 yards, including each of the last 2 weeks. Loving Jonathan Taylor for the Colts, over 100 rush yards tonight. I'm Jim Rodriguez from the BetMGM Network. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today, and please.
2 hours ago, Kyle arrived at the bar.
Hey, what's everyone drinking?
30 minutes ago, Kyle got his friends another round of drinks.
Cheers!
5 minutes ago, Kyle decided to drive home drunk. A minute ago, a law enforcement officer pulled up behind Kyle.
Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
A chain of events that began 2 hours ago is about to change Kyle's whole world. Drive sober or get pulled over. Paid for by NHTSA.
At Nielsen, fun is in the driver's seat.
It's the season of giving at Nielsen Dodge. During this season of light and generosity, we're giving you our best deals on every car, truck, and SUV in stock.
That's right, Chels, and we're pulling out all the stops to bring you extra special holiday offers.
Lease a new 2026 Jeep Compass Limited 4x4, just $189 a month. Or lease a new 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited 4x4, just $299 a month. Or choose from hundreds of quality certified pre-owned vehicles.
We'll also give you 0 down payment. We always give you the credit help you need.
Fun is in the driver's seat when you save money.
On Route 10 in East Hanover. Online at NielsenDodge.com. A proud member of the Nielsen Auto Group.
Fun is in the driver's seat.
Wrap up the year's sales event. With approval term 27 months due at signed Compass 5189, Cherokee 5894, and tax tag 498 doc and DMV fees.
My name is Whitney Allen. I am a widow. My husband Ryan died. We never thought in a million years we'd have to use life insurance. The unexpected happened. With Ethos, it is so fast and easy. It's 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage through Ethos.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio.
Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
And we're out. Back in 60.
Hey, what are you eating? Chimichurri filet mignon. It's a Factor meal.
Oh, nice. Wait, they let you eat like that in the pros?
Oh, they insist on it. A pro's work starts on the plate.
Oh, man, that does look good. Let me have a taste?
Get your own.
All right. Where do I find this? Is it factormeals.com?
Yep, and they've got a deal going on.
Oh, love a deal. I am so in.
Smart move. pro move.
All right. Factor. Eat like a pro.
We've got more sports talk coming up on The Fan.
D'Agostino & Associates is a legacy firm that's there to help accident victims. I'm attorney Jenna D'Agostino, continuing the legacy my father, John D'Agostino, started 35 years ago when he built D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm, one client at a time.
I grew up on these New York and New Jersey streets. They shaped me. I'm attorney John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. I often tell the story of how my father lost his leg in a construction accident so people understand I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call my team first. 888-24-LAW-24. 888-24-LAW-24.
Continuing the legacy means working closely with my father and our team. When you're injured, we know a big decision has to be made. Call our team first.
D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. We have offices throughout New York and New Jersey. I've been there and I'll be there for you. Call my team first. 888-24-LAW-24. 888-24-LAW-24. D'Agostino Law Bite Back.
Listen to You Better You Bet with Nick Costa Sunday morning at 8 right here on The Fan. Nick will preview all the football action and get you ready for kickoff, presented by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Please gamble responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Honey, that flu keeping you up? Did you take NyQuil Intense Flu?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
Yeah, you need NyQuil Intense Flu.
Undo your flu with NyQuil Intense Flu. NyQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms so you can sleep.
You do got this.
NyQuil Intense Flu. The nighttime sniffling, aching fever. Best sleep with the flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
When fighting lymphoma, leukemia, or myeloma, the right care team makes a difference. Hi, I'm Dr. Michelle Donato, Chief of Stem Cell Transplantation and Cellular Therapy at Hackensack University Medical Center's John Thurg Cancer Center. As the state's largest and most experienced CAR T-cell program, we pioneer life-saving options that empower your immune system to fight cancer. For personalized care in Hackensack or Neptune, call 833-CANCER-MD.
Ready for a smarter way to heat your home and save on energy costs? Go with Petro. Upgrade to a new energy-efficient heating system with the latest technology to help you save now and for years to come. With easy financing, $0 down, and low monthly payments, better comfort and savings are all within reach. And trust your local HVAC pros at Petro for expert installation and best-in-class service. Don't miss this deal for a new heating system. Go to petro.com now or call 1-888-PETRO-02 today. That's 1-888-PETRO-02.
Get connected with WFAN to talk about your favorite teams. The Fan on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
All right, 126. Malusis with you on this Monday midday. 888-808-1019 is your number to call. North Arlington, New Jersey. James, the Fan. What's going on, James?
So, Mark, are you still going to be in the bullpen? We're still going to hear you doing different days and weekends, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's why I wanted to ask you because you haven't really said that. So it's great being a bullpen guy. I mean, you're always ready to go.
Yeah, well, most times, yeah, for sure.
So
like every day, Eddie Guardado.
What's wrong with that? So I know everyone's talking about Dart. The only thing I like to mention about him is not his ability, but unfortunately, I hope he doesn't have the Miami quarterback's head, because we can't underestimate toughness. And if we look back at some of our great quarterbacks, when I say I mean Eli Manning. I mean he could take a beating. Phil Simms. I mean he could have been a boxer. That's how many times he got hit. So do you think that Dart has the head? And I just want to wish a happy Hanukkah, last day of Hanukkah, and a Merry Christmas to you also. But what do you think that he has a head that won't be too many concussions over the years? Sometimes that's a problem, like in boxing, like Arturo Gatti. I mean, unfortunately he's no longer with us, but he could take a beating. I mean, there's some great boxers who could take a beating, and then there's one.
James, is your question asking me if I can grade out whether or not Jackson Dart can take repeated hits to the head and be able to keep on moving?
Well, I guess you personally can't, but I mean, I wonder if there's a way that the team can almost, I know you can't look at someone's skull until they're dead, and that's kind of sad that there's really no test for that yet, but is there anything that they can maybe see in him that maybe they've seen in other players who necessarily don't have basically a glass jaw.
Yeah, James, listen. I think I mean, we're digging deep. We really are. I mean, now all of a sudden I'm getting calls about, and happy holidays to you as well, James, whether or not you can do some kind of analytical system or medical, put him through whether or not he's going to have the ability to continue to take blows to the head as the season goes along, or whether or not he has a glass jaw. I'll tell you, I don't think people really understand just how violent and physical the National Football League is. Like, I really don't. I think we're all human beings. I'm made, even though I don't have the same DNA, we don't have the same personality. Structurally, though, and I'm not 6'3", 6'4", structurally, though, we're all born, with some men, some women, but we're all born the same way, right? We're all made up of the same matter. So if you're in the NFL and you have a guy flying to you that's got 4.3 speed or 4.4 speed, whatever it might be, 4.3, 4.4, 4.5. I mean, it's indiscernible when you're looking at us. I mean, when we're grading out, obviously it means something in the National Football League. That's why you have those. Well, that's why you go through the entire draft process in the Indianapolis Scouting Combine. But think about the speed, and someone tees you up, and you go helmet to helmet hit. I don't care whether you have a glass jaw, don't have a glass jaw. If you can take a punch, can't take a punch, you're going to suffer a concussion on a helmet to helmet hit. I mean, that's it. But that's where we're at now in terms of breaking down Jackson Dart. I would say this, put it to you this way. I'll put this in the simplest form possible. You imagine having not a stallion, having a horse that's out there in the prairie, physically gifted, and you have to break the horse, which means you have to train the horse. And I'm not comparing, well, I kind of am comparing Jackson Dart to an animal, but he just needs an adjustment to the style and fashion in which he plays. All the physical tools and the talent is there, mentally and physically. He just can't throw himself into harm's way like he's been known to do, whether it be in high school or in college. That is it. So you don't turn away from that. You lean into that, and you develop the player. Pat in Weston, Connecticut. I don't know if that made sense. We tried. It's a Monday afternoon. It's the holidays. Pat, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, Mark. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Thanks for taking my call.
You got it, Pat.
I just wanted to ask you, do you think these coaches are going for these fourth downs so they could pound their chests and say, hey, I was being aggressive? When they're taking points, these short field goals that they're passing up 2-3 times a game, that's 6-9 points. And then at the end of the game, you're going for a touchdown instead of kicking a field goal to win it. I mean, it just seems like they're protecting their butt to be able to say, well, I was aggressive. When they're giving up the game by not taking points. Points is what wins games.
It does, unless you feel as a head coach the field goal really isn't going to get you closer to winning. It's going to get you closer to losing, and you need to score touchdowns. Also, if you're going to bring up the Kafka example, I think he's trying to set a tone and a temperament about what he is going to be as a head coach, is being uber aggressive. And I think the younger minds, when you look at the National Football League, don't look at fourth down like we used to look at it 20 or 30 years ago. They don't look at it as being 3 downs to gain 10 yards, depending on where you are in the field. They're not going to be, they're not going to pull what Andy Reid did consistently when you're deep in your own end a couple of weeks ago, but the Chiefs were desperate. But if you are right around midfield, you might have the opportunity and say, given the nature of the game, who you're going up against. If you're discernibly more talented than the other team, then you're not going to go out there and help the other team. But if you feel like it's an evenly matched team, or you go into that game as a little bit of an underdog from a scouting perspective, when you're talking to your coaching staff and looking at it, and you need to be uber aggressive, then you're going to go out there and be uber aggressive. But I think analytically, people don't look at fourth down as the end all be all. They look at it as just another opportunity to go out there and continue the drive.
I guess it's just the quality of the defenses, and back in the old day, I'm 66, so, they wouldn't even go for a 4.5 yard back in, the 70s and 80s.
Yeah, it's just different. Well, everything's different. It's a passing league. You can't compare it to then, where it was predominantly a, running game for the most part, not all the time. It's a passing league. The league is involved. So, they want you to go out there and throw the football. Points wins. And, a lot of coaches feel like kicking field goals. Yeah, you want to get points up on the scoreboard. Here's where the one thing early on in the game, which I, believe is that, you want to crack the scoreboard early. So if that ends up mean where you have to settle for a field goal early on in that game, then you do. Because I think when you don't, and say you don't convert on the fourth down, then you're chasing points the rest of the game. EJ in Long Island. What's going on, EJ?
Hey, Bruce. How are you? Happy holidays to you and your family. So it's the end of the season. The Giants have the first or second draft pick. They fire Shane and they hire Mark Malusis as their GM. With that pick, as their GM, what are you going to do? Are you going to trade for more picks? Are you going to go start offensive lineman? Where are you going with that pick?
I would move back in the draft. I would if I had the first overall pick, I would move back.
For more picks.
For more picks, correct.
Okay.
That's what I would do. What I would want to happen is what I mentioned to a caller earlier in the show, EJ, is that I've got my quarterback. I've got to figure out my head coach. And I will have figured out my head coach by the time the draft rolls around. I want 2 or 3 teams to have the apple of their eye is Mendoza.
Okay. So, area of need for Giants, what do you think?
Well, I need to find a secondary wide receiver to go along with Malik Neighbors coming off a torn ACL. The running back room is figured out. As long as Cam Scatterbo is going to be healthy week number 1. I don't know if his running style is sustainable to have a 10 or 11-year career, but I think for the next 5 years, 4 or 5 years, I think I'm going to get the best version of Cam Scatterbo. I need an elite-level corner, a corner that's got elite speed at 4.3. That I know that can be a lockdown corner that can go out there and travel. I've got edge rushers. I don't need another edge rusher. Thibodeau is not what I expect him to be out of Oregon, but I think he's a starting linebacker as long as he can physically hold up. But I've got edge rushers in Abdul Carter and Brian Burns, and then I can build off of that depth behind it. But if you're asking me for needs for this team, I would look at offensive line. I would not look at offensive line probably early in the draft. I'd look at wide receiver. I'd look at elite level corner.
Thanks, Mark.
Yeah, you got it, EJ. Appreciate the call. Let's head out to Rockland County. It's Ramon. It's the fan. What's going on, Ramon?
Hey, how you doing? I want to talk about why the Yankees don't fire Aaron Boone. I think that he's made a lot of bad decisions as a manager, and us as Yankee fans, we've always been trying to get a championship or bust. There's been managers that have been fired because they didn't win at the highest level. Where we've been here 9 seasons, and I feel like he's wasted opportunities for us to win championships.
Yeah, Ramon, but they don't. What have I told you that they don't grade out that way anymore? The grading system has changed for the Yankees. Ramon, you're preaching to the choir. I love it. I'm hair on the back of my neck stood up. Like, I'm excited. Like, yeah. I mean, held accountable, championship or bust. That's the way the Yankees don't grade it out. They don't look at it that way anymore.
Well, I just hate, where's the platform? Why can't Aaron Boone come out and take some accountability? There's always these rumors, it's the front office that's making the decisions. And then he comes out and says, no, it's a bunch of stuff. So then you're the one. I would have fired him after he put in Nestor Cortez in the game in the World Series, and I gotta watch Freddie Freeman hit a home run off a dude. Look at Freddie Freeman's stats against lefties that year before that matchup, and he just let Nestor Cortez, who hasn't pitched in 2 months.
Yeah, it's still a line from Joe Girardi, not what you want. I mean,
I'd rather have Joe Girardi.
No, I get it, but Girardi, the Yankees had an issue with Girardi because of his personality and wore down over the course of time. So there are positives when you look at Boone, when you look at the modern day MLB manager. And I'm not going to tell you that he's a guy that just following out marching orders, but he's got a seat at the table, as does everybody else. And that's the way baseball is looked at. Analytics plays a significant and heavy role. And there's others that play a role in terms of the lineup, given the pitcher that they're going up against that night, given the matchup of the weekend and everything. Now, you want to say the fundamentals on this team, that's an organizational issue. You could fire the base running coach all you want. That's an organizational issue. You want to talk about this team being bad defensively? Well, that's set down by the organization as well. You want to look at Boone and say, well, he's got to improve that? Yeah, I would agree with that. But that's That's a systemic issue when you look at the Yankees as a whole. When you look at the team that's put together, that's put together by Brian Cashman and company. I don't disagree with you about the expectations, but I think you also have to look at the manager and the role the manager plays in baseball in 2025, soon to be 2026, as compared to the role the manager played 20 or 30 years in baseball. And there is a significant difference between the one and the two.
Yeah, I hear you, because it's just frustrating watching the regular season games, and he's making crazy pitching changes when he doesn't need to, and then he'll keep a guy like Devin Williams to blow, or Clay Holmes to blow 5 saves in a row before you want to make a change, and then we're missing out on the AL East by 2 games at the end. And it's like, oh, man, we were right where we wanted to be. No,
Ramon, I get it. I get it, but is Devin Williams' failure year one as a Yankee, is that a Boone issue or is that an organizational issue? I mean, they did everything they could. They even changed the hair policy to try and make Devin Williams as comfortable as he possibly could. Still, it obviously did not work. Like, there are positives, and I like Aaron. I told him, in the locker room after the Yankees lost to the Dodgers in 5 games, I didn't like the way that series ended. But he was meet and greeting with every member of the media as everyone waited for Juan Soto to address the media. I told him I thought he did a hell of a job, and I thought he did. But I get that the Yankee fan wants nothing changes. Everything stays one and the same. They'll tell you how upset they are. There's no reaction to it. Do I think the Yankee failures and do I think, are all on the manager? No. I think there are positives and negatives when you look at Boone. I think the biggest positive for Aaron Boone is his ability to go out there and handle players. The fact that he's coming from a perspective of being a former player and deal with everything that comes along with being a Yankee manager and handling the media in the style and fashion in which he does. There's no negative headlines that come along with it. And handling players in today's day and age of professional sports, is a job in and of its own. With the amount of money that guys are making, I don't fault them. Listen, nobody wants to show up and watch Hal Steinbrenner or Steve Cohen play baseball. So, I don't fault guys. I don't fault Soto for making the money, Judge for making the money, Max Fried for making the money, Garrett Cole making the money. No, I fault organizations for overspending on players that aren't necessarily worth the money that they spend on them. And then the expectations, like I would never have given Carlos Rodon $162 million, but the Yankees did. But Boone is here, and there are, as much as you want to lean negative toward Aaron Boone, there are positives to what he brings to the organization as well. And his ability to go out there and be part of it, work with a lot of people, handle a lot of egos, handle a lot of the players, and for the organizational mantra of being competitive, being a playoff team, outside of the year when they went 82-80, when they lost Judge to that foot injury, toe injury they suffered in Los Angeles against the Dodgers, and the team doesn't bottom out. They don't. Is it good enough for you, Ramon? No. Is it good enough for me? No. I want more. I'd like the Yankees to go out there and win a World Series, not just get there. 140, Malusa's with you, 888-808-1019.
Hey there, it's your buddies Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle, and as you know by now, brand new afternoon show, The Carton Show with Chris McMonagle, and it starts Monday afternoon at 2 o'clock on January 5th.
And I can't wait to get started. I want to wish everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year, and once that New Year starts, so do we, and we can't wait to get rolling.
Have a great holiday, everybody. See you Monday, January 5th, exclusively on Sports Radio 1019, The Fan.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year!
This is Andrew Perloff with an Odyssey Sports Minute. You never know what's going to happen on an NFL field, but last night there was a first. The Seahawks tried a 2-point conversion, and it looked like it failed. Then a bit later, the officials gathered, and it turned out to be a backward pass that Seattle picked up, and they got the 2 points to tie the game. The Seahawks went on to beat the Rams. Football is tough to explain to people who don't watch it. Last night is a perfect example of why. I'm Andrew Perloff.
I know that hiring can be challenging. You sort through tons of resumes and you get too many so-so applicants. You're just waiting for someone to match your role perfectly. Well, now, there's a place where you can meet them fast. ZipRecruiter.
Need to hire right away. Start your search for strong candidates. The right fit awaits. Build your team. Build it sooner. Meet your match on ZipRecruiter.
Just head to ZipRecruiter.com/free right now to try it for free. And you're on your way to meeting your match. 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. So try it now. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
Meet your match on ZipRecruiter. Try it free.
Hello, this is Joe Bellotti from Open Road Mazda of Morristown to offer you a holiday greeting straight from the heart. Please let these times bring us closer together. From our entire Open Road Mazda family to yours, may this holiday season bring you health, happiness, and peace.
Never have I ever called my sister from the finish line of my first marathon.
Hello?
You won't believe where I am.
Are you running?
Mile 26. I'm gonna make it.
Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e with its advanced camera system on us. Plus 2 lines for just $30 a line.
Guys, I can't believe it.
I knew you could do it, babe.
That was amazing.
Mom, how do you feel?
I feel great. I can't feel my feet. Let's take a picture. And then you may carry me to the car.
Share every stride, every mile, every memory on America's best network. Switch to T-Mobile's 55 Plus plan and get iPhone 16e on us and 2 lines for just $30 a line.
With 24 monthly bill credits and 2 eligible port-ins on Essentials 55 Plus for well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 device connection charge. Credits end and balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement 128 gigabytes, $599.99 required. Best mobile network in the U.S. based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 1H 2025. Visit T-Mobile.com.
So you need last-minute gifts. No judgment. Get an extra 25% off during Kohl's Friends and Family Sale and find great gifts under $20. Like something cozy, something thoughtful, something that says you planned this all along. Yep, you're just one quick trip away from checking off the last gifts on your list. Save now at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles. Offer ends December 24th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
We're always talking New York sports on The Fan.
'Tis the season to be boosting on FanDuel because this year you're getting 7 straight days of holiday rewards. Each one waiting in the app for you to unwrap. Every day brings a new way to play, so keep checking in to see what drops next. And it all leads to the Christmas Day Special, where you can get something extra special. 7 days of gifts, one big finale. Your holiday football just got a whole lot brighter. Head to FanDuel.com/GO to get in on the holiday spirit. That's FanDuel.com/GIO. We just love the app around here. It's safe and secure. When you win, you get paid instantly. FanDuel, play your game. FanDuel Sportsbook is the official sportsbook of WFAN. 21 and over and physically present in New York. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration. Leg requirements and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. For help with a gambling problem, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369.
I'm New Jersey Attorney General Matt Plotkin. Every year, too many lives are lost in alcohol or drug-related crashes. These are preventable tragedies, and it's time to take a stand. Let's make New Jersey's roads safer for everyone. We are all counting on you.
We're here with attorney Mark Miner of the personal injury law firm of Zalman, Schnurman, and Miner. Mark, winter conditions can make walking treacherous. What responsibilities do property owners have in regards to snow and ice?
Well, all property owners must keep their property in a reasonably safe condition. When it comes to snow or ice, this means that within a reasonable time after snowfall ends, all walking surfaces must be made safe.
Now, what must be done to make the property safe?
All snow and ice should be removed. If all snow and ice cannot be removed, then ice melt or sand should be applied.
Do you handle many cases involving snow and ice?
Absolutely. Slipping and falling on ice can result in terrible injuries.
If someone is injured in an accident, what should they do?
They can call us at 1-800-LAW-LINE for a free consultation. We can quickly determine whether there is a claim worth pursuing, and there's never a fee unless there's a recovery.
If you're injured in an accident, call 1-800-LAW-LINE. That number again is 1-800-LAW-LINE.
Calling all electrical contractors, my good friends at Cooper Electric have your back this holiday season. From job site essentials to emergency parts, Cooper Electric is your trusted electrical supply partner, keeping projects moving even during the busiest time of year. With same-day pickup, fast delivery, and easy digital ordering, Cooper Electric makes it simple, and they know what you need to get the project done right. Visit Cooper-Electric.com to learn more. That's Cooper-Electric.com. Cooper Cooper Electric, our knowledge is electric.
Get the scuttlebutt on your favorite team, the Fan, on the Odyssey, iHeart, and TuneIn apps.
All right, 147. Good conversation, huh? Good comment. Always good catching up with you. 888-808-1019. Let's head out to New Providence. Maddie, what's going on, Maddie?
What's going on, Mark? How are you? Happy holidays.
Happy holidays, Maddie. It's the most wonderful time of the year.
Yeah, first off, you're a class act. Love to listen. All the best to the family. Enjoy hockey in Lake Placid whenever that goes on. I simply wanted to congratulate you on your medical degree for Jackson Dart head trauma.
We've
go
reached,
Knicks, brother.
like we've reached this point of the season. I mean, that's it. Like we're comparing Jackson Dart to middleweight and lightweight fighters, and whether or not he could take a punch.
Now,
how about this? Don't take the hit.
Yep, I agree with you 100%. Stick with what you got. Fix the rest.
That's it. I mean, don't compound the problem by creating a new issue. You found the answer. You found. Don't open up a new can of worms.
No.
I've got enough holes in the boat that I'm trying to fix. I already plugged one. The most important one. I found my franchise quarterback.
Yeah, let the Jets have them problems.
I'm with you, Matty. I mean, I really am. And appreciate the sentiment and appreciate the call. And it'll be fun. I don't even know if I'm making the trip to Lake Placid. The big trip is Quebec in February for Jackson for a Pee Wee tournament. That's been 2 years in the making. Omar, Brooklyn. What's going on, Omar?
How are you? Good afternoon. I'm John. Mark, two things I want to do. First, I want to talk a little bit. I want to all my Knicks fans. I'm happy that they won the NBA Cup.
Yes.
And the way Brunson, after winning the game and going past Wembanyama because he had something to say about the Knicks, he didn't say a word. He just walked past by him and gave him a look to the talker. And my points to all the Knicks fans, they were talking about Tibbs. I love Tibbs, what he has done to the Knicks. But there is when they have that 4-game road, they haven't won in a road, and they were talking about they are not mentally or physically tough, and how that not even a single call you guys have received about Tibbs. That is called coaching to its uttermost level, that nobody even talks about how good the Knicks offensively look. There is not even, I have seen Knicks for the last 35 years.
Yeah.
There is never.
Excited.
There's never
more excited, Omar, you're more excited about the Knicks or the Bills with the wide open AFC? No Mahomes, no Lamar Jackson in all likelihood. You got old man Aaron Rodgers. You got Bo Nix. Herbert with his fractured left hand.
Okay, the excitement.
CJ Stroud, who doesn't want to get in the way of his defense down in Houston. I mean, you got to be excited. I mean, it's got to be your time. It's got to be your time for the Buffalo Bills.
Before I say how much excited, I'm more excited because the Super Bowl comes before May and June playoffs. So I'm more excited about the Bills, and I want to say right now I was seeing at this particular time. Right now, how the standing is, whatever it changes, that all the standings can change because nobody has claimed nothing basically except the playoff spots. But the seeding can be changed in AFC and NFC. So the last 2 weeks, everybody's playing for their guns to get the seedings. So let me ask you right now, if you have to pick one team in AFC and one team in NFC. Right now, I think the three teams that I think are real AFC contenders and can win the Super Bowl: Los Angeles Chargers, Buffalo Bills, and Houston Texans. These are my three. Out of these three, one team can go to the Super Bowl. Not Denver Broncos, even Jacksonville Jaguars are close, but I still think they are a little bit soft side. The three tough teams are Houston Texans, Buffalo Bills, and Los Angeles Chargers. And I was talking about Broncos. I was not in the New England Patriots are not the same that you can say they are. And on the
NFC?
NFC side,
what, Rams and Seahawks?
Los Angeles Rams or Philadelphia Eagles.
Oh, the Eagles.
Yes, I still think Eagles have a tougher experience, and until you beat the champions, they are the champions.
No, I got you, Omar. If I had to pick a team right now in the AFC, I said about a month ago, I'd take Houston. That would be the team I'd take because of their defense. And the NFC, I would take either the Rams or the Seahawks, but I'd probably side with McVay and the Rams. You guys are smiling across the way. Did I mess up?
Not at all. But had you ever before heard an Omar call where he didn't build to that energy? And
No, I was a little concerned. He was calm the other way. It was almost like he was in a doctor's office or something where he could talk, but
he
was not
wasn't, because
screaming.
I'll tell you why. Because off air, when he talks, he was going off on his rants and tangents. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I love Omar. I love the energy that he brings. He yells like my youngest son Gregory, always screaming.
Apparently, he got it out with Pete screening the call.
Yeah, then he came on the airwaves and he was sedated. I was like, "Are you all right? Is everything okay?" But he's fired up about the Knicks. Didn't show that kind of emotion, and it's got to be, if you're a Bills fan, it's got to be now or never. I mean, it really does. Last call, Vinny, Orange County. What's up, Vinny?
The Yankee fan has to come to grips with the fact that their goal is no longer the goal of the organization. So Boone is doing exactly what they want him to do. It used to be World Series win or bust. Then it was get in World Series or bust. Now it's playoffs or bust. So their goal has changed, and you can understand it. They run it as a business. They don't really care that the fans' goal is not their goal anymore. They fill the place. They make tons of money, even though Hal says he doesn't. And he and Cashman are doing
wrong.
exactly,
You're 100% right.
what they want.
Yeah, we're going to run on. Dove hit the close. It's time to go. Yeah, organizational goals have changed. Pete, how would you grade out the show? A, B, C, D. What would you say?
Give it a B+.
Thanks, Dove.
A or A-.
Oh, love you, Dove. Thank you. Now I feel good about myself. Proud as a peacock. Look at that, Dove. Anyway, thanks to you guys on the phones. Really enjoyed it. Have yourself a tremendous